Hello, this is Mark Denham, radio presenter, audio producer, podcaster, and voiceover artist. Today, part 24 of the audio journey, helping you along your way. And today, we're talking about distortion. We did talk about distortion in part 23, and that was in terms of your recording in, the difference between analog distortion and digital distortion, and the fact that in that case, distortion is not good because it'll produce a horrible, horrible sound. Today, we're going to look at actually adding distortion intentionally. If you listen to radio imaging, let's say in the UK, and you listen to Capital Radio, you will hear distortion in their imaging. If you listen to rock stations, you will hear distortion in their imaging. That's not because the voiceover artist was careless or the producer was careless and overstretched the 0 decibel level. That is specifically even introduced into the audio. Let's have a listen to our basic sweeper that we've recorded here for our fake radio station. The best rock songs ever on rock radio. And now let's go into the multi-track and we'll add some distortion and we will make a radio sweeper. So a brand new multi-track session. Don't need to title it, not going to save it. It's only for the purposes of this journey. We'll drag that in and we will add on to there. I'm not going to worry about buses. We'll add on to there my processing. Bit of dynamics to get rid of any background noise. I don't think there was any. De-esser to get rid of any sibilance. Then the parametric equalizer just to make the voice sound better. Single band compressor to level it out just a little, although there's not much dynamic range in that as it stands anyway. Then a hard limiter just to make sure we don't go above 0 decibels. Let's listen. The best rock songs ever. Okay, so I want rock songs ever, which is there. I want that. Rock songs ever. And then I will take that, copy it down onto a second track, copy it here, and move it along so it's nice and tight. And then I'm just going to stick the station ID at the end. So now we have the best rock songs ever. Rock songs ever on rock radio. You can hear the difference because I didn't put the processing on track 2. I'll put that on track 2. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in there. I'm going to go to the parametric equalizer, take that right up and remove a lot of the bass so it does sound very imaging sound now. Ever. Rock songs ever on rock radio. This is about distortion, you say. We've not added any as yet. No, we haven't. We have not added any as yet. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and I'm going to put an in and an out on there. Mute this off, loop it round, which is good. Rock songs ever. Rock songs ever. There we are. So that is where we're working with the distortion. A bit of special and distortion. This is the effect. So you have a positive, a negative. Don't go too overboard on this, otherwise it's going to sound awful. Rock songs ever. Well, that doesn't sound too bad, actually. But if you just add a little. Rock songs ever. Rock songs ever. Rock song. Do you know why that's not sounding too good? Because I put it on track 1, which I don't want on track 1. We'll do it again on track 2, and that's why it's sounding no different. If I knew what I was doing, I would be lethal. Distortion, again, loop it round. So we are in, we are out, and that will now loop round. Rock songs ever. Rock songs ever. Rock songs horrible, ever. Too much. Rock songs ever. 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 Then you have just a little bit of distortion on there. And we'll just drag that down just in volume a little here by dragging the volume bar and pulling it down. Let's have a listen to what we've got now. The best rock songs ever. Rock songs ever. On rock radio. Okay, that's not too bad. We'll just drag that up so it's higher in the processing. We'll put it before the compressor. Have a listen now. Rock songs ever. Rock songs ever. On. And one more thing I'm going to add into there as well. Bit of modulation and go for just the 2-voice default chorus. Again, we'll drag that up just before the distortion. Let's have a listen. Rock songs ever. Rock songs ever. On rock radio. And you've just added a tiny little bit of distortion into your mix. We'll mix it down. And there is our finished article. Not quite finished as yet. I would suggest that we're going to add a little bit of mastering to that. The best rock songs ever. Rock songs ever. On rock radio. And you can hear that distortion in the middle. We'll just go in special mastering. And we'll start with a default mastering. We've used, we'll just add a little bit of reverb because it's a bit of station imaging. Not too much exciter needed there. I don't know why I've gone for 6. I was going to go for 5. It's right next to it on the keyboard. Because we use the chorus, which is a stereo effect, I will boost the widening up just a little as well. And then just to get the levels a little more consistent, we'll add on maybe some mastering. And there we go. The best rock songs ever. Rock songs ever. On Rock Radio. And there is a sweeper with a bit of distortion added in. As you can hear, not over-modulated. It's just the distortion effect without over-modulating the audio. Doesn't work with everything. I wouldn't suggest it works on adult contemporary radio, middle of the road radio. Wouldn't suggest you go introducing distortion on that. Probably not something you would need in your podcast unless it's perhaps in a podcast intro for effect. If you're doing maybe, say, a heavy metal podcast or something, it may be of use to you in a podcast intro. But in terms of, let's say, if you're doing maybe contemporary hit radio, you could add a bit of distortion into your imaging there. If you're doing rock radio, you could. So just by playing, firstly, note that we started with a non-distorted audio file, okay? We have added that in, so it's not the analog or digital clipping that we spoke about in the last version. We have added that in to create this. The best rock songs ever. Rock songs ever. On Rock Radio. You could probably even be a little more subtle than that, but that's just to demonstrate the distortion effect. Hopefully this has been of some help to you. As always, check out the website markdenham.com. The full series, all 24 to date bits of the audio journey are on there. The accompanying blog, if you would like to get any help with any of this, stick a comment below on YouTube or go to the website markdenham.com and use the contact me. And don't forget, if you need any help with your podcast branding, production, or any voiceovers, DJ drops, or anything like that, drop me a shout on the website markdenham.com. Have fun, go produce some amazing audio.